everyone. I am so freaking excited. I can't even. So I got this delivery today, and this is the finished copy of the cheeky vintage Lenormand. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I kind of did a few changes after the last video I made, which was help me name this deck. So I named it because based on what everyone preferred. And I think Cheeky Vintage is kind of the perfect name for it. So it comes in a tuck box. This is going to be it's available to buy now, actually. But this tuck box is my favorite kind because it has this little flap, which makes it a lot easier to get the cards out. Oh yeah, okay. So, oops. So there's 3 different parts to this. So this is like kind of the base deck. Then there is alternatives. Then there are the keyword cards. So I'm going to shuffle these into here and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, I wanted to show the different alternate cards side by side. So these are the 2 riders. So you can tell there's a bit of cheekiness. There's the traditional one, and then there's a woman riding a bicycle, which I just love. I always choose this one when I'm using the previous deck I printed. Then there's the clover, the ship, the house, and if you've not watched the other video, you can see I've color coded the backs. So cream is for neutral, orange is for negative, and green is for positive. And you can see that gradient throughout the back as well. So here are the 2 clouds. So you can kind of tell why I named this the cheeky, sorry, I keep putting it out of frame, the cheeky vintage, because you can just use the regular ones, or you can use, the kind of cheeky ones that have faces, like the sun and the moon have faces. You'll see the child card is quite cheeky. So it kind of depends on your mood. If you're feeling like you just want a straightforward answer, maybe the regular one will be, the most useful, but then sometimes you might feel like, oh, it's a lighthearted reading, so you might put the silly cards in. So that's the snake, the coffin, the bouquet. So you can see this one's green, which is positive, so it's really easy to tell. The scythe. So these are the 2 options. Obviously quite different style, well, not styles, but different vibes. So this is a Grim Reaper, and this is someone literally harvesting. So it depends on what you're interested in, really. Same with the whip, because you can see the whip as something sexual, so that could be more this card, or you can see it in a different way, which then I didn't want people to just have like almost the sexual version. So I added this one as well that's just more neutral in its imagery. So birds, the child one, again, like this one's so cheeky, and this one's like a bit more like, you think of like nostalgia and like the good old days and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's quite cute. Then we have the fox, the bear, the stars. I love this because it just for its simplicity. The stork, the dog. And I didn't want to add the playing card associations because I find when I've not had any, oh no, I actually have one Lenormand that has it, but it's like really small and in the corner, so it's fine. But I find it so distracting, so I just didn't bother with it because I just think Lenormand is supposed to be quite simple, and you can obviously make your own Lenormand with a playing card deck, but if you want playing card associations, uh, you can also just like learn them, or you can add them on with like a Sharpie or something if you want that. But I just think it looks nicer and cleaner without. So the garden, mountain, the crossroads. I mean, how perfect is this illustration? So these are all vintage illustrations that I used that are out of copyright, obviously. Again, so this is like an anatomical heart versus one that just says love me, and it kind of, again, it depends on your style of reading and what the vibe is for the specific reading you're going for. But that's why I like to give people options. So there's 12 additional cards that serve as alternates. So this is the ring, pretty traditional. Oh, I love this one. This one's so cute. So it's like a regular book, and then you can see this dog reading a book about cats. I mean, is that not just the cutest thing ever? It's so cute. I always choose this one when I'm making my own deck, even though I quite like this one too. Especially because it looks a bit older, so it like goes with the idea of knowledge and um, things that have been around for a long time. But yeah, you can't. Who can resist the dog reading a book about cats, really? Letter. So this one, I wanted to make it inclusive because there's, well, yeah, there's more than two gender not opportunities. What am I trying to say? There's more than two gender expressions. There's not just man and woman. But I did want to include those for people who want those. So let's do it this way. So I did man and woman, and then I did me and them. So you can combine it if you choose the me card, and then you want to do a reading about someone who identifies as a woman, then you can use that card. Or if they're non-binary, you can use that card. Or if it's a man, obviously you can use that card. And any combination, but I just wanted to make it as inclusive as possible. So I just really like that both of these are matching, like the two kind of black outlines and then the two crowns. I mostly do readings for myself, so that's why I wanted to include a me card, because I'd like to know where I am in the deck. So yeah. And then there's the lily, and then the sun. I thought this was quite cute with a little face. And I know it won't be like everyone's cup of tea, but I just thought it really gets the point across of just like a cool dude having a good time. I don't know. Yeah, I really like these two. And then the moon also, I think it kind of shows, like if you contrast, let's put that aside for a minute. The sun and moon, it really gives off the vibes, because like the moon is surrounded by clouds and it's kind of like obscuring things you're not sure. There's like a lack of clarity, whereas like the sun is really bright, it's really obvious. Yeah, so I quite like how those work together, and obviously you can just use the kind of original moon. And then there's the key, there's the fish, there's the anchor, and then the last one's the cross. So I think I said this in my last video, where I showed this deck, but I wanted to have an alternative for the cross because, this is a very Christian symbol, and people reading might not be Christian, or they might have religious trauma. So I wanted to make allowances for that and have this alternative card. I really like this cross because it's quite beautiful. So I think even as a non-religious person, I just really like the imagery and the intricacy of it. But again, I wanted to be as inclusive as possible. So that's the 42 cards of the actual deck. I'll put that over here. And then I have these description cards or keyword cards. And so every card has 3 keywords. And you can see that I have color coded this as well. So you can easily see, is this a positive card? Is this a neutral card, or is this a more negative card? And so you can use these in combinations depending on how you read Lenormand. It's not picking up the green one as nicely as it is. Like, it's a lot easier to read in real life than I think this is. Sorry, I'm in front of a window and it's yeah. So yeah, these are just kind of like a little bit to get you started. So yeah, that's my deck. I am so excited again. I think it's been like a year since I printed the last one, and basically the only changes I made were adding these cards because I thought it's nice to have keyword cards for people who are new. I also made sure, like, I didn't change any of the art, but I just made sure that it was all centered because I realized after I printed the previous copy that some of the stuff was off center. So that was nice. And then I used a different printer, so I used a UK printer this time. Last time I used Make Playing Cards. And the size is slightly different. So this is bridge size, but it's like slightly shorter than the Make Playing Card bridge size. But it's really nice. It fits in your hand. You can see here. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think of this. Like I said, it's available to buy from my coffee shop. I'll have the link below. I'm just so excited for this to enter the world. So thanks for watching.